children all over the country were singing beer commercials, so they were certainly learning something from television. It wasn't a question of could it teach. The question is, could it teach something of potential use to children?
Commercial television did not completely fill the promise of this medium. That is the reason educational television was conceived.
I was plagued in my 20s that I was going to live and die without having made any difference. And I think when I heard educational television, I thought I could make a difference there.
Many years ago, Joan realized that there was an important gap in television programming, that preschool kids were watching a great deal of television, but there were almost no programs specifically designed for them. So she had this cockamamie idea of doing an entertainment show for preschoolers that had commercials for letters and numbers.
It was absolutely what I was born to do, and I knew it. You know, this was the 60s. It was so traumatic a period. Everybody who had been somewhat focused on children and civil rights and educational disadvantage said, well, let's go do something.
We're planning to treat them essentially the same way a commercial enterprise would create a campaign, but we're trying to sell the alphabet to preschool children.
We wanted to show an integrated street. We wanted to show adults treating one another kindly, and we wanted the adults to be forceful and dignified.
Everything was to be educational, but entertaining as well. And so when they said Jim Henson, I said, you could get Jim Henson? And that was how Big Bird was born and Oscar the Grouch. We went on the air in '69, but here was a project that was to change the world in a way.
Boys and girls, have you met? 26 letters called the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O.
It was truly different, and the Muppets were hip and edgy.
Eights. You know that you have a banana in your ear?
What was that, Bert?
And yet it was very sweet.
Yes, John.
What count?
Oh, I'd love to count.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2.
The reaction to that show was like something that could only happen once in a half century, that a miracle had occurred for children.
I am pleased to present the woman who may be, more than any other, responsible for one of the most important events in the history of our business, Mrs. Joan Gance Cooney.
It was everything I'd ever dreamed of, but it was so crazy.
Oh, rubber ducky, you're the one.
I thought we were creating the quintessential American television show. And it turned out that they're the most international characters ever created. Our producers are like old-fashioned missionaries. It's not religion they're spreading, but it is learning and tolerance and love and mutual respect.
In the end, that's what this is all about, giving our kids the best possible shot at life, equipping them with the skills, education that a 21st century economy demands.
What we want to do is see if we can affect the new media the way we affected televisions. We want to introduce educational value without taking the fun away.
Joan Gance Cooney has proven that the powerful medium of television can be a tool to help build young lives up rather than tear them down. She helped teach a generation of children to count and to read and to think. They also teach us more about how we should live together.
I consider it an enormous honor to have worked with Joan all these years. She showed us that television can be used to do really good things. In all of these accomplishments, Joan has led and inspired us all.
A legacy is when something's over, and this isn't over.